December 1971. The world watched as India and Pakistan were locked in a war that would change South Asia forever. But what if I told you, behind India's resounding victory stood an unlikely ally, Russia? This is the untold story of the 1971 India-Pakistan War, how it began, and how global geopolitics shaped its outcome. The seeds of the 1971 war were sown years earlier. East Pakistan, separated by 1,600 kilometers from West Pakistan, was treated like a colony. When Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's Awami League won the 1970 elections, demanding autonomy for East Pakistan, the West Pakistani regime responded with brutal force. The world watched in silence as millions of refugees poured into India, creating a humanitarian crisis. By late 1971, India had had enough. Prime Minister Indira Gandhi faced mounting pressure to act. The refugee crisis was crippling India's economy, and the atrocities in East Pakistan were a stain on humanity. India knew it had to intervene, but stepping in wasn't just about helping the oppressed. It was a gamble in the Cold War, where Pakistan had the full support of the United States and China. Pakistan was not alone. Backed by the US under President Nixon and China, Pakistan was assured military and political support. Nixon even deployed the 7th Fleet into the Bay of Bengal as a warning to India. But Indira Gandhi had a card up her sleeve: Russia. Earlier in August 1971, India and the Soviet Union signed the Treaty of Peace, Friendship, and Cooperation, a strategic move that would change the game entirely. While the US and China rallied behind Pakistan, Russia stood firmly with India. The treaty ensured that if either country faced aggression, the other would step in. When the US sent the 7th Fleet into the Bay of Bengal, the Soviet Union responded by dispatching its own submarines and warships, neutralizing the threat. On the diplomatic front, the Soviets vetoed every anti-India resolution in the UN, shielding India from global criticism. Behind the scenes, Russian weapons and intelligence bolstered India's military strength. On December 3, 1971, Pakistan launched preemptive airstrikes on Indian air bases, triggering a full-scale war. What followed was a swift and decisive Indian response. The Indian Army, Navy, and Air Force coordinated brilliantly, and within 13 days, East Pakistan fell. On December 16, 1971, Pakistan's General Niazi surrendered to India, marking the birth of Bangladesh. It was one of the shortest and most decisive wars in modern history. The 1971 war was a defining moment for India and South Asia. It not only liberated Bangladesh, but also established India as a regional power. Russia's timely support ensured that India could face global superpowers without fear. For Pakistan, the war was a crushing defeat, losing half its territory and population. And for the world, it was a stark reminder of how geopolitics can shape history. The 1971 war wasn't just a story of military might. It was a story of resilience, diplomacy, and alliances. It taught us that standing up for what's right often requires courage and strategic partnerships. India's victory wasn't just its own, it was a triumph for humanity. What are your thoughts on this incredible chapter of history? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others. Thanks for watching.